The massive gates of Beijing's Forbidden City opened on September 3rd, revealing a spectacle that would send shockwaves through Pentagon corridors. If you're watching this, hit that subscribe button now because what I'm about to reveal will change everything you thought you knew about America's military dominance. The world watched as Xi Jinping stood alongside Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un, three authoritarian leaders united in their defiance of Western power. But beneath the choreographed display of tanks and soldiers marched a terrifying secret that military analysts are calling America's worst nightmare. The morning air in Beijing was thick with anticipation as thousands of troops goose-stepped across Tiananmen Square. Foreign dignitaries applauded politely, cameras captured every angle, and news anchors described it as another routine display of Chinese military might. But this wasn't routine at all. Hidden among the familiar parade of conventional weapons were revolutionary technologies that represent the most significant shift in global military power since the invention of nuclear weapons. The first hint came when massive trucks rolled past the viewing stand carrying what appeared to be standard missile launchers. Military experts initially dismissed them as upgraded versions of existing Chinese weaponry. They were wrong. Dead wrong. What they witnessed was the public debut of the DF-41 intercontinental ballistic missile, a weapon system so advanced that it renders America's missile defense systems virtually useless. The parade showcased new-age warfare with over 100 types of domestically produced weapons, including new nuclear-capable intercontinental ballistic missiles. The DF-41 isn't just another missile. It's a game-changer that can carry up to 10 independently targetable nuclear warheads, each capable of striking different American cities simultaneously. Its range of over 9,300 miles means that nowhere in the continental United States is safe from its reach. But the real terror lies in what the cameras didn't capture clearly. Intelligence sources reveal that China has developed a revolutionary guidance system that makes these missiles nearly impossible to intercept. The technology employs artificial intelligence algorithms that can predict and counter American defensive measures in real time. As the missile approaches its target, it can change course, deploy decoys, and even split into multiple warheads that follow completely different trajectories. Standing in the shadow of these mobile launchers, Xi Jinping smiled knowingly. He understood that this moment marked the end of American military supremacy, even if the rest of the world didn't realize it yet. The second wave of revelations came from what appeared to be ordinary support vehicles. Disguised as communications trucks were mobile laser weapon systems that represent a quantum leap in defensive technology. The LY-1 is reportedly designed primarily for protecting ships against drones and missiles, but intelligence reports suggest its capabilities extend far beyond what was publicly demonstrated. These laser systems can engage multiple targets simultaneously, destroying incoming missiles, drones, and aircraft with surgical precision. Unlike traditional defense systems that rely on interceptor missiles, lasers provide unlimited ammunition as long as power is available. The implications for American military strategy are staggering. For decades, the United States has relied on overwhelming air superiority to project power globally. Carrier-based aircraft, precision-guided munitions, and drone strikes have been the backbone of American military dominance. China's laser weapons threaten to neutralize these advantages completely. A single LY-1 system can create an impenetrable defensive bubble around critical infrastructure, military bases, and naval vessels. But the most terrifying aspect isn't what these weapons can destroy. It's how they can blind America's eyes in the sky. The same laser technology that shoots down missiles can also disable satellites, severing the communication and navigation networks that modern warfare depends upon. The third revelation emerged from careful analysis of what intelligence agencies are calling the Mosquito Fleet. Tiny surveillance drones that appeared briefly during the parade before disappearing into the crowd. These micro-drones, some no larger than actual insects, represent a surveillance revolution that makes traditional concepts of military secrecy obsolete. Equipped with advanced cameras, sensors, and AI processors, they can infiltrate any environment undetected. Imagine swarms of these devices deployed across American cities, military bases, and government facilities. They can map infrastructure, identify key personnel, and provide real-time intelligence that would make any military operation devastatingly precise. The technology behind these drones incorporates biomimetic design principles that allow them to mimic the flight patterns and behaviors of actual insects. Radar systems designed to detect aircraft and missiles are useless against targets that fly like mosquitoes and flies. Defense experts are calling this the dawn of the transparent battlefield, a combat environment where hiding becomes impossible and surprise attacks can be launched with unprecedented accuracy. The fourth and most alarming component of China's secret arsenal involves weapons that weren't displayed at all during the parade. Intelligence sources report that China has successfully tested hypersonic glide vehicles capable of carrying nuclear warheads at speeds exceeding Mach 15. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth believes the Chinese military's hypersonic missiles could sink all U.S. aircraft carriers within the first minutes of a potential conflict. These weapons follow unpredictable flight paths that make interception virtually impossible with current American defense systems. Unlike traditional ballistic missiles that follow predictable arcs, hypersonic glide vehicles can maneuver throughout their flight, changing direction and altitude to evade defensive measures. The strategic implications are profound. America's aircraft carriers, the floating symbols of its global military reach, have become sitting ducks in the face of this technology. A single hypersonic strike could disable or destroy a carrier worth billions of dollars and home to thousands of personnel. Even more concerning is China's development of hypersonic weapons that can orbit the Earth at low altitude before striking their targets. China's nuclear posture is shifting, with fractional orbit capabilities that do not violate the Outer Space Treaty. This orbital bombardment system means that American cities could be attacked from any direction, at any time, without warning. Traditional missile defense systems are positioned to intercept threats coming from specific geographical directions, primarily over the North Pole from Russia. China's orbital hypersonic weapons can approach from the south, completely bypassing America's defensive perimeter. The flight time from launch to impact could be as little as 15 minutes, leaving virtually no time for evacuation or defensive measures. The parade in Beijing wasn't just a display of military hardware. It was a carefully orchestrated message to the world. China is announcing that the era of American military dominance is ending, and a new global order is emerging. What makes this transition particularly dangerous is the speed at which it's happening. While America has been focused on counterterrorism operations and regional conflicts, China has been quietly revolutionizing the fundamental nature of warfare. The integration of artificial intelligence into every aspect of their military systems creates force multiplication effects that traditional weapons cannot match. AI-powered logistics can supply troops more efficiently, AI-guided weapons can engage targets more accurately, and AI-enhanced communications can coordinate operations more effectively than human commanders. This technological revolution extends beyond individual weapon systems to encompass entire military doctrines. China is developing what military theorists call systems destruction warfare, the ability to paralyze an enemy's military capabilities by targeting critical nodes in their command, communication, and logistics networks. American military planners are scrambling to respond to these developments, but the technological gap may already be too wide to close quickly. The United States military-industrial complex, optimized for different types of conflicts, is struggling to adapt to the pace of Chinese innovation. Congressional hearings have revealed that America's hypersonic weapons program is years behind China's. Defense contractors are struggling to match Chinese production capabilities, and the military's AI integration efforts are hindered by bureaucratic obstacles and security concerns. The most troubling aspect of this military revolution is its timing. Tensions over Taiwan continue to escalate, trade conflicts are intensifying, and diplomatic relations between Washington and Beijing are at their lowest point in decades. China's military parade wasn't just showing off new weapons, it was demonstrating readiness for a conflict that many experts believe is becoming increasingly inevitable. The secret weapons revealed in Beijing represent the tools that China believes will ensure victory in that coming confrontation. American military bases in Japan, South Korea, and Guam are within range of Chinese hypersonic missiles. The 7th Fleet, America's primary naval presence in the Pacific, operates within the engagement envelope of China's advanced weapon systems. For the first time since World War II, America faces a peer competitor with the technological capability to challenge its military dominance directly. The implications extend far beyond military considerations to encompass economic, political, and cultural dimensions of global power. The parade in Beijing marked a turning point in human history. The weapons displayed there represent more than technological achievements. They embody China's vision of a world where American power is constrained, where Chinese influence is paramount, and where the rules of international engagement are rewritten. As the last marchers disappeared from Tiananmen Square and the weapons were returned to their hidden bases, one thing became clear. The world had witnessed the birth of a new military superpower, one armed with weapons that could reshape the global balance of power forever. The question now isn't whether America can maintain its military dominance. It's whether American leaders understand how quickly that dominance is slipping away, and whether they're prepared to do what's necessary to respond to this unprecedented challenge. The secret weapons of China's military parade represent more than a threat to American security. They represent a fundamental shift in the nature of power itself, one that will define the conflicts and competitions of the next century. Leave your thoughts in the comments below about what America should do to respond to China's military revolution. The stakes have never been higher, and the time for action is running out.